physical therapy center in Toms River, where my assumption would be you'd walk in and you'd see people recovering from different surgeries and things like that. And we have Frankie Edgar of Toms River, who anyone who follows MMA and UFC knows certainly who he is. You're not getting treated for a specific injury, but I know this is kind of part of your pre-fight regimen. So tell us what happens here.
Yeah, I met Roland back, I believe, in 2007, maybe. Yeah. And I came originally for an injury. My neck was a little banged up. He rehabbed me, and then we recently linked up maybe 3 years back just to come and just stay fine-tuned. Make sure we avoid the injury. So I come here, he loosens me up. If I have something that's bothering me, he'll work on it and make sure I get all the kinks out.
Of course, Roland is Roland Rodriguez, who's kind of like your personal PT guy as you get ready for a big fight, which you have coming up. So is this something, too, as you get older, it's maybe a little more important to do things like this than maybe you would have done 10 years ago?
Yeah, I think so. I think it just has to do with the experience, learning that instead of waiting until the injury to happen, you can kind of get a little preventative. So, and getting older, those things definitely come about a little more often. So, Roland's been a blessing to have, for the team. Not only myself, but a couple of my guys come in here and get treated as well.
Now, Roland, I want to ask you while you're working on him, what are you trying to do with him? What's your goal for Frankie at this point?
So basically what we've been working on mainly, I guess, is hip mobility. Like you said, he jumps from boxing to wrestling to kickboxing to jiu-jitsu. He has a guy for everything. But I think range of hip, joint mobility and flexibility kind of gets overlooked in the sport. And then, of course, when injuries pop up, we deal with it accordingly, getting better, as quickly as possible. But, hip mobility is important. It allows you to change direction very quickly, get you in more athletic positions so you can produce more power. And also, if it goes from stand up to ground, I think when it turns into a jiu-jitsu match, the person with the better hip mobility has pretty good advantage over the opponent. So
he obviously is a tremendous athlete, gets himself in great shape, and he has a motor that nobody can really match. So, but I guess it's a matter too of any little edge has to help at the level he's at.
Exactly. I mean, he has the strength, the power, the endurance. We've been working for a couple of years now on this aspect. It's gotten much better. So, that part of his game, I think he's got pretty much everything covered at this point.
Talking a lot about preventative treatment, that's why you're here. A lot of guys kind of cutting back on sparring while they're training. Have you been toying with that idea at all?
Yeah, it's kind of the new age, is just to cut back on sparring and this and that. And I think what I've done is in between fights, if I don't have to spar, I don't. I'll try to get, help my teammates. If they have fights coming up, I'll jump in around here, around there, but I'm not really sparring as much as myself. But for me, the best way to get in shape or to get ready for a fight is by fighting. So you just got to make sure you're training with the right people. We're not trying to hurt each other. We're just trying to make each other better. And I feel like we have a great team, great support system to do that.
Is there a key time period for you? How many weeks out before a fight will you start really ratcheting it up? And is there a time where you start slowing down a little bit?
Yeah, well, I really don't stay away from the gym too often. I'm in the gym all the time, not necessarily training super intense, but once a fight gets announced, 10 to 8 weeks out, I'd start turning it up, and then probably the week before the fight, you tone it down and just worry about getting your weight down, getting ready for the fight night.